The double triangle method is a really simple way of putting all of the information together in one place. So using the question from class, Jack carries out a titration to find the concentration of a solution of sodium hydroxide. He measures 25 centimeters cubed of sodium hydroxide solution into a conical flask. He titrates this against 0.55 mole per decimeter cubed sulfuric acid in the burette, and then we have some burette readings. So with this, I would just draw two triangles. One of the triangles is for the acid, and one of them is for the alkali. You know that N equals CV, so if we do NCV, NCV, and then it's a case of just putting the information that you have into the triangles and trying to find the information that you don't have. So Jack carries out a titration to find the concentration of a solution of sodium hydroxide, so that's the alkali. To find the concentration, so this is the question, he measures 25 centimeters cubed of sodium hydroxide, so we have our volume. Make sure to convert it to decimeters cubed into a conical flask. So what he's done here is he's put this alkali into this conical flask, and he's put 25 centimeters cubed of it. We have no idea what the concentration is. We have no idea what the number of moles is. Second part of the question, or the information, he measures 25 centimeters cubed of hydroxide. We've done that. He titrates this against 0.55 mole per decimeter cubed sulfuric acid from the burette. So the burette contains sulfuric acid. We know the concentration of it is 0.55 moles per decimeter cubed. And if we look at the question, we have got values for the volumes in the table. So the table gives me initial burette readings and final burette readings. And if I do the maths, the numbers that I come up with are, if we do the subtraction for the values in the table, these are what we come up with. So this one and this one are concordant, so they're in agreement. 21 is too far away. 22 is in the trial, so usually we don't use the trial. It's not impossible to use the trial if it is concordant, but it is 0.5 away from the other two values. So I would take these two values and average them, which gives me 22.5. 22.5 was the volume of acid added from the burette into the conical flask to neutralize the solution. So I know that I've got 22.5 over 1,000 of sulfuric acid. I know the concentration of acid was 0.55 because it told me in the question. So I can figure out my number of moles if I do 22.5 over 1,000 times by 0.55 gives me 0.012375. So that's my number of moles of sulfuric acid that I have. If we're looking at how to connect these two triangles together, we have to make sure that we use the equation. So we know that sulfuric acid reacts with the sodium hydroxide, and in doing so forms water and sodium sulfate. If we balance so this is our balanced equation, which means that we have a ratio of 2 hydroxides to 1 acid. Neutralization will happen when 1 mole of this sulfuric acid reacts with 2 moles of the hydroxide. So filming stress, I forgot to put in the 2 here. So we've got 2 H2O, which is 4, and 2 here, and 2 here. So 4 hydrogens altogether, so we're going to have a 2 here as well. Doesn't affect the rest of the video, as the balanced part over here is fine. Because this is the acid, it's a 2 to 1 ratio. 2 moles of alkali to 1 mole of acid, so 2 to 1. So if we know we have this many moles of acid added from our burette into our conical flask, then we know that we had twice as many moles 0.02475, we had twice as many moles of alkali present in the bottom of the conical flask when we started. So to get from this triangle to this triangle, I've multiplied by 2 because of the 2-to-1 ratio, 2 alkali to 1 acid. That tells me the number of moles of sodium hydroxide that I had in the conical flask. I now have a number of moles and I now have a volume. So if finally I do my number of moles divided by 25 over 1,000, then that gives me my answer. So 25 over 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 2, 5, is 0.025, 1, 2, 3. And we're doing this number divided by 25 over 1,000, which gives me 0.99. What is that number? That number is the concentration of the alkali that I had in the bottom of the conical flask to begin with. In real life, I'd imagine that this is approximately 1 molar, so 1 mole per decimeter cubed. This is the calculated value, but we have to remember that calculated values are based on experimental data, and so there's always some margin for error. So the double triangle method: draw 2 triangles, find out what your molar ratios are between your acid and your alkali, make sure you get them the right way around. Input the question mark, what are you trying to figure out? Input the data that you have, and then simply calculate the number of moles of the known, work out the number of moles of the unknown, and then use the information that you have to figure out the value that you are missing.